Hello and welcome to another Raven Bear video. Today we're back playing Solitairica, battle 10 out of 8 we're fighting the Gremlin. And as you can see, I'm just checking the shop, checking if there's anything I want to buy. There is one spell I want to buy. It's not actually this one. It's the green one, this one that I'm on right now. I do want to buy this, but I'm 1 coin short, so I decided to just hold it instead, so that it's there in the next shop when I hopefully will be able to afford it. And there's nothing else much that I really want to buy. So I check on the enemy's stats and I have a read of them, see what I'm up against, and then check out my spells and my items to see if they're well equipped, or see if they're suitable and will actually help me in this battle. Because sometimes there are spells that are just completely useless in a battle, and items and stuff. Like, there's no point having a stun spell or item if the enemy is immune stuns or it won't stun you. It's just kind of useless. So yeah, I don't think there's really too much to explain about this enemy. I honestly didn't see I've already forgotten what the modifications were. Pretty much just a standard energy, a mix of aggressive and passive and aggressive spells. Oh yeah, this is okay. That tells me this is a enemy that can hurl bombs, as you can see. Basically, it makes cards become bombs, which, as you might be able to see from the bomb card, basically it just every turn bomb cards will take down. So whatever card becomes a bomb automatically becomes a 3, and then every turn they go down to a 2 and then an ace. And once they become an ace, the next turn, if you don't get rid of them, they will blow up, giving you 5 damage and taking some surrounded cards with them. I think I've already explained about raging cards, but in my last video on Solitairica, but I'll do so again just in case you didn't watch that. Basically, what raging cards do is whenever the enemy attacks you, the raging cards will also deal 1 damage. So they can be pretty painful, but they can also be completely passive depending on what cards the enemy draws. It'd be really good to have a spell that would tell you, kind of like the perceive spell that I literally just used. It would be good to have a spell that tells you what cards the enemy draws. Maybe like an upgraded perceive that shows you your card and as well as the enemy's rank card. That would be good. Because then it would make the stun spell way more useful. But yeah, I don't know. So I don't think there's really much more to say about this enemy, so I'll just speed up the rest for you. Okay, so the next enemy we have to face is the puny skeletoid falconer. So again, like usual, I just look in the shop, and I looking through the stuff, what do I want to buy? And I realized I want to buy quite a few things. So I also realized I can buy that and still have enough to hold the stuff I want. So I buy it, and then I hold. Oh, yeah, I hold this, and I think I also hold the clarinet. I decide. I think the topaz ring is. Never mind. No, I hold the topaz ring. See, I don't even know what I do. So yeah, I buy something, hold a bunch of stuff. Yeah, before I never really understood what the hold feature does, and now I understand. I'm like, oh my god, that's actually such a good feature. I use it so much, I swear. This enemy has more of the timed cards. Now, I will explain them again in case you can't remember what they did from last time. Basically, it has a time, like a sand timer symbol, and then a number, and that number just represents the number of turns the ability waits before coming into effect. There's also the redo symbol, which has a repeat symbol and then a number. That means it just how many turns it repeats after it goes once. So it goes once and then repeats the number of turns it has. So as you can see, this one had a 1, so it went once and then repeated once. Okay, I can't remember if I already explained this type of card, but you might not recognize this card before right here. This is a Wildstone card. Basically, instead of giving you coins or mana energy thing when you match it, like any other card, it gives you Wildstones, which are basically the currency you use outside of your journey. Like when your journey ends, between journeys you can use Wildstone to upgrade your deck or buy new decks and stuff like that outside of your journey, which you probably will eventually see me do. So that's what you can use that for. Just thought I'd explain that card in case any of you were confused. Okay, so that was a decently easy fight. It wasn't mega hard or mega easy, but here I am in the shop again and I still can't afford anything that I actually want to buy. I mean, I can afford the topaz ring, which I do buy actually, but none of the ones that are really, really good I can actually afford, so I have to hold them again, which is bringing down my coins, but it's worth it, mostly. And plus I get this, I realized that I forgot to equip this spell that I bought last shop, so I do that now. I think I replace shove, yeah, because it's a really good spell, and it does come in really useful later on because there's an enemy that can increase the cost of spells, so fun. So that spell's really useful. Then it's just really expensive, which is kind of sad, but yeah, other than that, it's a really good spell. So I'm gonna start with the next battle. Okay, so here I choose to decrease the cost of my cleanse spell because I know that this enemy is going to make a lot of cards raging, which can be super deadly, so I know cleanse will be really useful in this battle. Overall, that battle was not too hard, and especially in comparison to some of the other battles later on in enemies, that was actually relatively easy. The raging cards were a bit annoying, but they're not too bad. With the cleanse spell made them really easy to deal with. This particular enemy is kind of hard. I used to always die to this guy every single time without fail. I used to die to him. Now I can beat him. I wouldn't say easily, but like it's not as hard as some of the later battles, and I can beat him. So that's good. That's progress. There are so many good cards here. Like this Admonish card is really good. The one next to it, I think it's like the Riker's Wall is really good. Siamese Cat, really good. The Clarinet, which is next to the Siamese Cat, is also really good. And the attack spell, I can't remember what it's called, but it's also really good. Spirit of Light. That's also really good, especially since my attack is not very strong. But yeah, there are a lot of good things here, and I can't afford any of them, so I kind of have to hold them all. Maybe I should have been a bit more selective, because I did hold like 5 items. Yeah, I'm debating whether to hold it, and I think that one, I'm like, I mean, it's good, but like, it's also not that good. Like, it could be good in specific situations, but it's just not gonna be too useful overall. So yeah, I think I decided not to hold it, but the Spirit of Light I do decide to hold. I'm pretty sure. Okay, so regenerating cards. As you may have just seen, basically they just, or as you're about to see even, they add a card to the back of their column. So you want to get rid of those like as soon as possible. They do have like a maximum amount of cards per column. So once they reach a certain amount of cards in the column, they will just that card will just stop regenerating and adding cards. But it takes a while to get there. So it's best just to get rid of them as soon as you can, really. But yeah, they're other than being annoying and slowing down the progress of the match, like, and making it go 10 times slower and take like 5 times as long. They don't do any damage to you. And I was blind and could not see the 9. So I was a bit stupid there, because I could have done 9, 10, Jack, but it's okay. Kind of. Yes. Click for 2. Okay, cool. Anyway, but yeah. See, I'm blind a lot of the time when playing this game. I often make mistakes, but like, making mistakes is how we learn, so it's okay. My god, the card that this enemy just drew, Doom Hacked, is so freaking dangerous. Like, when I first read this, I'm like, damage about card from each column. Wait, that's actually pretty good. Then I read the next bit. Then 2 damage for each destroyed. Oh god. So this card, best way to handle it, basically, just destroy as many cards as you can. Like, because it has such a long timer, you want to make use of that and let it get down to the last turn. So when it has a 1 next to the timer, destroy as many cards as you can in the time before that. I got really unlucky here. and then destroy as many columns as you can. In the last turn. That's the best way to deal with this card, because the less columns there are, the less back cards it damages, and therefore the less damage it deals. I got super unlucky with the cards ones here, like before it damaged me, so I took a lot of damage. But I also, save your healing spells, because you're going to need them afterwards. You are going to need your healing spells afterwards, so yeah, you want to save them. But other than that, it's just dangerous, and it really depends on what cards you draw as to how well you're able to deal with it. Okay, that enemy was probably the first one I faced in this journey that was actually hard. Like that, the Doom Pact card is so dangerous, and it is literally down to luck how well you avoid it. And the battles are only gonna get harder from here. So yeah, you still have another like two two enemies in this video, like this one and then the next one. But like after that, you stay tuned, because they only get harder. If you like seeing me suffer, then stay tuned. You will enjoy the next videos to come. Okay, other than the fact that I kept getting stunned, which was super annoying, that battle actually wasn't too hard. Like, I don't think I ever dropped below 7 health. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But like, that wasn't too hard. That that battle. This next one, I have a feeling, is not going to be as easy though. Okay, so ice cards aren't that bad. They're like, they basically take an extra hit. So when you match it with one of them, you get that card, but it doesn't like break or get damaged like the others. It just, the ice just goes over it, but you still have that card value. So like, which in some cases can be useful, because I can just do Jack Queen. But like other times it's just really annoying. But yeah, that's it's not a like dangerous card. It's just really annoying. Yeah. The Alchemic Aura is probably the most annoying card this enemy has, because all front cards become coin. It prevents you from getting energy, which is just bad in itself. But also, this enemy draws power from coins. I don't know if you read the bit at the start or if you had time to, but on the info it said that it draws its power from coin cards. So the less coin cards you have for this enemy, the better. And when he turns all of the cards to coins, that is not good. Not only is it annoying, but it's also just downright dangerous if he happens to draw the wrong card next turn. Like, this card is so annoying and it can be really dangerous when you have the wrong cards. Luckily, I have the Siamese cat, which reduces all damage taken by 1, but I would have taken 8 damage there. You saw my shield drop from 10 to 3 with 1 card. That's because of how many coin cards there are. Unfortunately, you're going to have to wait until the next episode to see if I beat these last 3 battles. So, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a nice rest of your day, afternoon, or evening, whatever time you're watching this. Bye!